Good morning, this is Chef Andros from Nicosia, Cyprus. Today we will make bread. And this is a favorite recipe that I do, in which my bread is covered in sesame seeds, black cumin, and anise seeds. So I have added to my bowl some lukewarm water, and I am adding a sachet of dry yeast. On the box it said 11 grams. Okay, so I have added my yeast to the bowl, to the lukewarm water, and I will put some sugar so that it will help my dough. It will help the yeast to be activated better. All right, and while I will be showing to you the rest of the ingredients, we will let it rest for 1 or 2 minutes. So my recipe today is a half kilogram of plain flour and half kilogram of village flour. Okay, this is strong bread flour. Okay, but I will mix it with some farina 00 so that it will become lighter. Now, what I will do now, I have my farina already weighed on a scale, and this is a half kilogram. I will add this to my bowl. I will add most of the flour. I will leave behind a little bit, and I will add some salt. The salt is going to be about 10 grams. Okay, so the salt is finished, and the sugar is finished, and the flour is almost finished. And I will start my mixer. You see, I put everything together, and I think I will be adding some more water. You have seen that I made a mess here. Okay, I added some more water to help my dough be mixed. I will increase the speed gradually so it doesn't splash some more flour outside. So it's going to go on 2. And we need to mix our flour thoroughly. When I say thoroughly, we need to see that the dough does not stick onto the bowl. So everything will become one mass in the middle. And I will probably add some more water. This is lukewarm water. I will let it work. So as you have seen, I did not give any time for the yeast to be activated. I put everything together, and it's going to be okay because I will leave my dough to rest for 2 or 3 hours into the bread molds, which I have prepared already with parchment paper, with baking paper. So the flour that I saved in the beginning, I will add it now, because actually the amount of water, the volume of water we are using for 1 kilogram of flour is about 450 to 500 grams or milligrams of flour. So the ratio is 1 kilo of flour and 400 or 500 milligram of water. But we do see by the eye, and we need to see that it unsticks from the bowl. I am sure you can see the dough, that it becomes one piece. I will be using a spoon or a spatula. I will stop the mixer for a while. I will lift it up and see the consistency of my dough. It looks very, very nice, but I didn't need to do this. I will continue mixing. I have about 30 or 40 grams, maybe 20 grams of flour that I will need to add, and I will reserve just 10 grams because I will work it a little bit on the counter as well. So this needs to be working for a couple of minutes. This is why I said that it is important that the dough is beaten well. Okay, Mr. Cameraman, the camera please. Okay, the mixer is shaking. I will allow it 1 more minute, and it's going to be okay. This is a very simple recipe for bread. I normally do it once a week, so it makes 2 nice loaves of bread. Maybe it is okay. Okay, I will take it out of the bowl. Okay, Mr. Mixer, your job has finished. So this is my dough. Remember I told you that I saved a few grams of flour. It's really just a very, very few grams. And what I will do, I will punch it a little bit. It's very nice and soft. I will knead it for 1 or 2 minutes. Don't worry, I will do everything on camera today. I am not in a hurry. Then I will put it in my molds, and I will let it rest. But you see, I cannot have the camera for 3 hours running, so I will let it rest, and I will bake it in the oven. But you know, there is a surprise today. There is a surprise today, but okay, Mr. Cameraman, I will fire you one of these days. You are not cooperating, okay? So I will need my dough for a few minutes. You know, it needs to be very nice, soft and elastic, and slightly sticking to the hand, slightly sticking. You see, it doesn't stick onto the counter, onto the table, and I think that it is ready. I think that it is ready. And now, wait and see what I will do. So this is 1 kilogram of dough. Actually, together with the water, it must be more, but this is 1 kilogram of flour anyway, in which I used very strong bread flour and some farine 00, some ordinary flour. Now, wait and see. My two molds are not of the same size, you will see later. So with my experience, I will cut it something like 600 grams and 400 grams. So this one is a little bit smaller, and I will give it a little bit of work onto my counter, like this. You see, it's nice and soft. And also, likewise, I will do with this. Okay. Now, following this, I will show you the rest of the ingredients. Alright. I have soaked some sesame seeds in water. I put them in a sieve so that there is no more water. Okay? And I added to my sesame seeds some anise. This is how the Cypriots like their bread, and the Greeks, and more people, of course. And I will use some black cumin. So there are 3 ingredients here. There is sesame, there is anise seeds, and there is black cumin. And I will roll my bread into this mixture, and then I will put it into my molds. Now, because my oven is an old-fashioned, it's old like me. I told you yesterday I am now 68 and 1 day. Below I put some more parchment papers that I used before, because the tin, it was giving too much heat below, and it was cooking the bread more on the side below. So, to save it a little bit, now I will take the small part of my dough. I will work it so that I feel that it is a little bit sticky. The secret ingredient in my sesame and the black cumin, in the sesame actually, it was a few drops of lemon juice, so that it makes the sesame stick onto the bread. And I am rolling like this my loaf. I am rolling it You see, I did not wait for the flour to rise, because it will rise in the mold. Okay, now I placed it in the mold. I will show you, don't worry, I'm not leaving. So this is it. Okay, it's in the mold. I will put it in a warm place for 2 hours. Okay, I have also the other 60% that I will put in the other mold. I will work it a little bit on my counter so that it becomes a little bit sticky. And likewise, I will put it I will roll it into my sesame mixture with the black cumin and the anise seeds. Sometimes in my dough, I add some crushed mastic gum, the one that they collect in Chios, in an island of Greece, in Chios. The mastic gum, it makes the bread very, very nice, and it smells fantastic. So I think that I have opened my roll enough, like this, and I will take the other mold. Okay, don't worry, this paper was used before. It's the second time I am putting it into the. So this is a big mold. So there are 600 grams of flour in this loaf of bread, and I will let it rest in a warm place for about 2 hours, and I will